This week, Red Rover continues its adventures on the California coast. We travel down the scenic corridor, Highway 1. We do some photography along the coastal road and take a little time to do some big surf photography as well. I hope you enjoy the trip. So buckle up, sit back, and let's enjoy the adventure together.
So I've been staying at the Pfieffer Beach campground, and today I decided to take a walk up to the Homestead Canyon. From the south end of the campground where we were staying, it's about a 0.4 mile walk with an elevation gain of 159 feet. So it's not a strenuous walk. It's started at a little bridge that you cross just before you go into the main campground area. So you follow the trail from the Mount Manuel trailhead, and there's signage along the way so that it's not hard to find. This is the Pfieffer Homestead cabin that was built around 1893 by John Pfieffer. And he lived here and raised bees behind the cabin. When he married Florence Brown in 1902, they moved down to a location where the Big Sur Lodge is today. In 1934, the land was purchased to make the Pfieffer Big Sur State Park, and the cabin was preserved and partially restored over the years.
Morning. So we're still up here at the Pfieffer Big Sur State Park. We're up doing a little bit of walking around in some of the groves for the big redwoods today. Hopefully we're going to get some photographs.
Yep, we're hoping for some big trees and mossy goodness.
We've had a really wet few days up here in the redwoods along the coast. Hopefully it's going to dry out during the next few days as we continue to wander around and look for other photographic opportunities. Okay, so we're found these nice big mossy logs. We're going to see if we can do something with these. The lighting's not great, but we might be able to do something. Corinne's trying to set up a composition here. She's using the long moss-colored log to lead her viewers into the photograph. Yeah, Corinne has moved to a new position. She's trying to use this big, flat, mossy-covered log to be the focal point of her photograph with the dark, wetted redwoods in the background. And we're both using polarizers. It helps make the blacks blacker. It makes the green sort of pop on the photograph. The challenge here is that there's just a little breeze that's causing the leaves up in the upper right and lower right corners to be moving around quite a bit. So she has to decide whether she wants that as motion blur, or she has to really increase her ISO in order to try to get those to freeze in place. And her picture is here.
We spent our night at the Pfieffer Big Sur State Park on the coast by Big Sur, California. and it rained pretty much all night long and this morning. We had our breakfast, got up, and decided to travel a little bit south, see some of the Pfieffer State Park today. And as we came south, the rain let up somewhat, and so we've been able to get out and do a little bit of coastal photography.
We're in a beautiful spot overlooking the coast. Down below me here is the Window Rock. We're going to do a little photography here, hopefully catch some photographs using the sky in the background. And here's my sweetie. She's over just to the left of me here trying to do the same thing. Balancing the light this morning took a fair bit of effort. I'm using a 3-stop and a 2-stop soft filter on the front, soft edge filter on the front, as well as the polarizer to take a little of the glare off the water. We're trying a shot with our 70-200 lens. See if she can get a little, frame it a little tighter. On our way back to Red Rover, we noticed that the light had shifted around a little bit and was now peeking through one of the clouds and really lighting up the rock on the other side of the bridge. So we took a few minutes to take that photograph as well. So we are at Pfieffer State Park. We're on the trail that heads out to the waterfall and the overlook to the waterfall. So that's where
McWay Waterfall.
McWay Waterfall. Okay, so we'll be out there in a few minutes. Apparently it's about a 10-15 minute walk, and we'll see you there. So we're out here just lining up the waterfall. It's a pretty busy place, and we're just now got it all set up with a polarizer, and I'm using a 4-stop soft edge ND filter to bring out the sky a little bit.
Another way to deal with the glare in the sky is to eliminate the sky from your picture.
Our next stop takes us to Pfieffer Beach, part of the Los Padres National Forest. But to get there, you have to go down a pretty windy road, and it's mostly one lane, so it gets pretty interesting as cars come up the other way. We also get to do a fairly nice water crossing.
Somebody moving. 1 foot, not 4 feet. 5. 18-inch. What? Oh.
Parked pretty far back there.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
I get him?
Yes.
Our next stop took us to Pfieffer Beach as part of the Los Padres National Forest to spend the mornings shooting some surf. The sun was really very bright. It was a beautiful day, but there was a tremendous amount of wind, which actually made for some good video of the beach frothing up and big waves hitting the rocks. So this is mostly a video session, and we'll just let you listen to the music as we take some video, and there's some photographs at the end.
The lower part of the state park has 12 ocean campsites. You have to drive across this wooden bridge to get to the ocean side. We've spent the night at Limekiln State Park campground. It's partway toward Hearst Castle and San Simeon from the north, and it's not very far from the little town of Lucia.
It's a cute little spot. It's a very tiny campground, mostly for actually tent camping, with a few short RV spots.
And there are two sections to the campground. We're staying down at the beach section. There's a creek area, and it extends quite a little ways. We'll show you a little view of that. And all night we enjoyed the sound of the surf crashing on the beach from our spot.
Yeah, it was kind of fun because the NOAA had issued a sneaker wave warnings, and what you could actually see is that every once in a while there'd be this rogue wave that would come in that would be much larger than the other ones. It was actually a lot of fun to watch last night during sunset.
Yeah, and it's a great beach for watching sunset. I was going to mention that too.
Yeah, it is a terrific beach for sunset. You can just go out, sit out there. The surf's coming in. It's making lots of interesting noises. It actually rolls the big rocks around on the bottom just as the surf comes in, and you get these sort of booming sounds as the big boulders smack together.
Yeah, it rumbles like thunder.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
And here's the beginning of the trailhead. The trails go to old lime kilns that were used to produce materials for some of the building in the area. And there's also a waterfall. We've had a lot of rain this week, so the waterfalls are probably flowing pretty well. Here's the trailhead signs where you are directed toward the lime kiln and the waterfall, or the Hare Creek Trail. There's quite a few handy benches along the way, so you can sit and enjoy the view of the creek or just rest your legs. When you get up past the second bridge, you have to make a choice whether you're going to take the Kiln Trail or the Falls Trail. They're about equal distance from each other, and I've been told that the Falls Trail is about 1.5 miles from the day use parking.
Hi again. We finally made it up to the kilns. It's a gorgeous walk. The kilns are in pretty bad shape. They're starting to fall over, and a lot of the lime has been taken away, the stones have been taken away, and they're starting to become structurally unsound. But it's still worth the walk up.
Yeah, it's a lovely spot, sun-dappled forest, and it's not very far, so it's a nice stretch of the legs.
Yeah, it is actually a lovely stretch of the legs to get up here. Well, we're gonna head on our way down now, and we'll see you in a little while. So this concludes our trip to Big Sur and the coast. We really had a nice time, even though the weather was very wet and rainy most of the time that we were here.
Thanks for joining us for this tour, and we hope that if you enjoyed the video, you'll give us a thumbs up. And if you would like to know when we put up other videos, you can hit that notification bell in the bottom corner. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, subscribe, and that'll help us out.
Thank you very much. Again, we hope you enjoyed coming along with us, and we'll see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye. We hope you will join us next week when we'll visit Hearst Castle and Morro Rock. And we'll leave you now with some more video of the sunset at Limekiln State Park. A beautiful trip, beautiful evening. We look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye for now.